Okay, a lot of people struggle with time management and being more productive. So here I'm going to give you 3 quick steps that you can do that's going to improve your time management and be more productive. The first step is you want to plan out your ideal day. That is ideal for you and no one else. That is you. I'm not saying anyone else. Your ideal day, right? When you hear the word timetable, what do you feel? Like, let's be honest, what do you feel? You feel like, oh my gosh, it's a chore. It's like, I don't want to do this, right? You feel like you're in jail. But timetable does not have to be like that, especially if you create tasks that you need to do, but you also want to do, right? So essentially, you want to be able to create tasks where it doesn't take so much out of you. So for example, if you're revising for your exams or you're studying or you're working, whatever it is, you don't want to be spending on a task for so long. You want to try and balance out with other tasks. So that means you can take your brain from that task away and move it into another task. Now, of course, there's going to be some tasks that requires more brain work, right? That requires more time and more effort. That is okay. But for majority of the tasks that you're going to do, you don't want to put so much time into it because then you're going to get sick of it and you're not going to have energy for your other tasks. So you want to try and set it out in a way where it's manageable. If you have a task that's going to require you to do, for example, biology or maths or whatever it is, right? Try and spend maybe an hour or 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. But then once you've done that 2.5 hours, you want to try and move on to something else, right? But remember, this is ideal for you. So what works for someone else might not work for you. And this is where you need to know yourself well enough as well, right? Can you spend on a task for more than 3 hours? Can you spend on a task for more than 2 hours? That is something that you have to answer yourself. I don't know that. So you need to know, okay, if I spend time on math, biology, or if I'm spending time on something else, on a task, on a spreadsheet, or whatever, can I spend 2 hours on it? If I can't, then I need to reduce my time. Because remember, you're trying to make this timetable that's going to work for you. So you can't, like the problem with timetable, right? A lot of people do is, oh, I'm going to do all of this stuff. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to bang. The first week goes and they haven't even done anything. Why? Because it's too much. You're not going to be able to do all of that. So you want to be able to create a timetable where it is simple, effective, and it's giving you the time to be able to do other tasks at the same time. Did I say time twice there? You understand what I'm saying, right? So create that timetable where it works for you and it's not so too much effort that is going to kind of bring you down and then you're not going to do it the next day. And then the second one that I would say is you need to be able to prioritize your tasks, okay? So what is important for you? So in terms of like, if you have tasks that deadline is going to come, you need to put that at the front. So for me, I look at it like this, right? When I wake up, when I'm more fresh, I'm going to tackle the task where the deadline is coming soon, but at the same time, I'm going to tackle the task that requires more of my brain power. When you're fresh, when you wake up, you're going to have more energy to think, right? So you want to be in a position where you're able to tackle the task that's going to require more of your brain power, and then the other task that has less brain power, you can focus on those later. So focus on it like that. And one good way of doing this is kind of put a column with productive and unproductive. And essentially under each of these, you're going to have tasks. So productive is obviously going to be tasks that's going to be productive, right? That's going to bring you some practical value. But unproductive is things that's not really going to give you any sort of value. So those could be like chores, cooking, washing, cleaning. But as long as you then get the productive tasks here, then you're able to prioritize from that. And the third step that I would say is essentially, listen, you're not going to be able to stick to your timetable every single day all the time because life gets in the way. That is perfectly fine. I've had many times where I said I needed to do these tasks, but because some shit happened, like my car broke down or something like that, I had to go and do those things first. So that's fine. But what's important is after that, you need to say to yourself, okay, I was not able to do this now because something external happened, but now I'm going to do it the next time I have the opportunity, which could be in the afternoon, in the evening, or the next day. You got to make sure that you follow through that. That's very important because when you don't follow through that, you're going to have that same mentality next time. If something else happens externally, you're not going to complete that task. If you're able to do that, you're not going to feel down. You're not going to feel like demotivated because you know, okay, I'm still going to follow through. And if you're able to kind of have that mindset, trust me, that timetable, your time management and all that kind of stuff, you're going to feel a lot easier doing it. The one thing that the timetable helps you with is when something goes left and right for you because you're not able to do certain things, the timetable is like a bearing. It's like, oh, my timetable says I have to wake up at this time. Okay, let me go and back to that timetable. It's like a bearing that brings you back to the center point. So it's not something that you're going to be able to do every single day. If you can, fantastic. But those days when you can't do it, you kind of bring yourself back into the timetable and start doing it again. That's it. If you found this video valuable, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. I will be coming up with more content that's going to improve your day-to-day life. Everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.